Started off with 110 chains. I joined them, and now I am skipping 1 2 3 4 chain space, and I'm making 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and back in the same stitch, and another 2 double crochets, and skipping 4 again, 1 2 3 4, and double crochet, two chains, and 2 double crochets, and we're going to close this off. Okay, so you have something that looks like this, and we're gonna go over to our next stitch, and I'm gonna go like this to get to my next stitch. You just learned a hack. I have this hack on my channel if you want to go back to see how it's done again. I'm gonna go here this time, and I'm gonna make 2 double crochets. I'm going in the next stitch, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and we're gonna have a total of 8, but I will be changing colors, so I will show you as I change colors. So we're gonna have about, I'm gonna say 3 rounds of this color. Okay, so you're gonna continue with 3 rows of this same stitch, and I'm gonna show you how to get to the other stitch. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the second row. And we're gonna go in this stitch, and we're gonna make 2 double crochets, and we're gonna make 1 chain and a slip stitch. Should have something that looks like this. Okay, we're gonna make 1 2 3 chains. We're going in the same stitch, and then we're going over in our next stitch. So that's how you go over to your next row, and we're making 2 double crochet, sorry, 2 chains and 2 double crochets. So 2 chains in the center, 2 double crochets at the end. Okay, so 2 chains, sorry, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and we're going in our next stitch with 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and we're going to continue with this third row exactly like that. So we're almost finished with the third row, and in each space you're working 2 double crochets and 2 chains in the same space. So this is quite repetitive and easy. So if you're a beginner, this is something that you can learn how to crochet this lovely top that I'm working on. Okay, and we're going into the last stitch in the third row, and we're gonna make 1 chain, go in your third stitch, and a slip stitch. So you should have something that looks like this. Now we're gonna make 1 2 3 chains to take us around to our next round sorry, and we're gonna continue with two double crochets, 2 chains in each space. So you're working 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets back in the same space. Okay, and you're going to continue around like that. So we're almost at the end of our 4th row, and I'm gonna cut my yarn, and this took almost 1 ball of yarn. So I will be changing to a different color yarn, and it has to be a new one, otherwise I'm gonna run out. So because I'm starting a new color, I can make 2 chains instead of a chain and a slip stitch. So I'm just gonna make the 2 chains that I did. So 2 chains and then join it here in the top, and I'm gonna cut my yarn. Yes, I'm just gonna clip my yarn right now, and I will be changing my color of my yarn, and I'm not gonna get a new yarn because I'm just gonna maybe use 2 rows of this color, and I'll continue like that with just maybe 2 rows of each color going up. So let me show you again. I'm pushing my needle through any of these, and I'm gonna pull my yarn, and I'm making a total of 3 chains, and I'm going this way, and I'm gonna continue in the rows all the way across with 2 double crochets, 2 chains in the same stitch, okay, like we did earlier. So as you can see, these are all 100% acrylic yarn that I'm using, and the needle I'm using is a 3.00 millimeter crochet needle. So we're just going to continue some more with the same stitch, and I think I will do a total of 9 rows, not just with this color but in total. So we're just going to continue around like that, and this is the 5th row we're on right now. So continue, because I think we're doing 9 rows. I will keep stopping and measuring this on my mannequin just so I know exactly where I should stop. So continue to the end of this row. Okay, so we're at the end of our 5th row. Okay, and we're gonna make 3 chains, and then we're gonna go back in our next stitch, and we're gonna continue all the way around this way. Okay, so now we're on the 6th row, and look what I have left. See, I'm glad I decided just to do 2 rows of the screen. Otherwise, I would be in trouble. I wouldn't have enough yarn to do it. Okay, so we're finishing up our 6th row, and I'm going in the last stitch. Okay, this is the last stitch of the 6th row, and I'm gonna make actually 1 chain, as you can see, 1 chain and then a slip stitch, and I'm gonna cut this yarn here because the yarn is finished. This is all I have left. Yes. Okay, so if you have scrap pieces of yarn, you can use it to make all kinds of things. So this is what we have so far. Now I'm going to find another color to add. Okay, so I've decided to switch to this color. This is the brand, and let me see if I could find a color. It's probably hard to find a color on here, but see, so far I don't think I see any color, but it's a very bright color. Okay, so I'm gonna make 4 rows of this. I measured my mannequin and I need 4 more rows to complete the top part of this top. So I'm gonna go in anywhere and I'm just gonna join these. And this is a much thinner yarn, but it's okay, I'll work with it. So I'm making 3 chains and I'm going in with 2 double crochets, and 2 chains, and 2 double crochets, and we're going to continue around like that with a total of 4 rows. Okay, and then I'll show you what to do next. So if you're crocheting along with me, you need 4 more rows of your other color. Okay, so at the front of my mannequin I marked, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between my markers. On each side I have 6 and 6 in between my marker, and 6 at the back. Okay, so I will be using the black, and I will be starting where the marker is right here to do the same stitch that I did for the entire top. So I'm gonna go in here where my marker is, and I'm gonna make the same stitch that I originally started with. So I'm making 1, 2, 3 chains, and I'm so sorry to use black, but I do need to use my black yarn because I have black yarn that I don't use. I seem to use other colors except black. I know it's hard to see on this tutorial. However, you already know the type of stitch I'm using, so I don't think it's so bad after all using the black. Okay, so we're just using the black to go across to the other side of the marker. At the front, we're not going to touch the side or the back, or should I say we're not going to touch the back yet, just yet. We're just going to work the front and then work the back. So we're going to continue to the other marker. And then I'm going to show you how to turn when you get there. There's a trick to turning. Or as they call it, there's a hack to turning. Whenever you get stuck, there's a way of turning, going to a next stitch. And that seemed to work a lot of times. Let me just finish this last one. Okay, so I'm gonna turn. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so this is the front, and I'm gonna turn. And so here's your hack. You're gonna go in the stitch, pull your needle through, and go in another stitch and pull your needle through. Okay, that will take you right over in your stitch where you want to go. So I'm going to make a total of 3 chains, a double crochet, and 2 double crochets in my next stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to continue across like I have been with this particular pattern. Okay, so we're going to continue, and I think I might need a total of maybe 5 of this pattern going up, or stitch. Okay, so we have something that looks like this, and I'm just gonna use my scissors to clip my yarn so I can start at the back. So I'm gonna start at the back now, and I will be crocheting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I can remove my marker now because I know exactly where my stitch should be here, and I am gonna make a total of 3 chains and a double crochet, and 1, 2 chains back in the same stitch, and like this straight across. Now you're doing 2 double crochets, 2 chains in each of the stitch or rows across. Okay, so continue like this until we get to the 6th row, and then I'll show you what you're doing next. Okay, so we're going in our next row, and remember your hack that I showed you how to get over to your next stitch when you're going into a new row. Okay, so we're going to keep going like this until we have a total of 5 rows, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do next in order to complete this top. So as you can see, crocheting is quite time consuming. It is a lot of dedication, and it's something that you have to love in order to keep going, because if you don't like this, you will get frustrated and you will stop. But I love crochet. It is my therapy, and it helps me to keep creative, and I love to crochet stuff just to see what it's gonna look like in the end. I'm always curious. Sometimes I just have something, a project in mind, and I just want to get it done just so I could see the outcome of what it actually looks like. So that's why I love crocheting, and I'm sure you do too. That's why you're watching this video. So we're gonna do a total of 6 of these rows, and I'm just gonna turn at the end here in less than a minute, just so you can see again how to turn when you get to the end. Okay, so we're gonna go in the stitch. I don't know if you can see because you can't really see with the black yarn, but there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to continue until I get to the 6th row, and then I'll show you what you're going to do next. Okay, so we're done the front and the back with 6 rows of the stitch. I will be crocheting these 2 rows, so this and this, back into a strap, and keep watching. Okay, so now we're going to continue with 2 rows. So I'm going to go in the stitch and I'm going to go across and make 3 chains, 2 double crochets back in the same stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Okay, and now we're going to turn and continue the way to the back with these same stitch. So you're doing your hack so you can get across to your next stitch. Okay, and we're going to do 3 chains, a double crochet, and 2 chains, and we will be working our way back and forth like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the other side. So you're going in this stitch, okay, and you're turning again, and you're going in here, and then 1, 2, 3, and you're going to carry on like that, and I'll tell you how many you need to do once I measure it on the mannequin, so keep watching. Okay, so I completed both straps. They're both 13 rows. Okay, this way 13, and I'm gonna join them now. So let's get started. So you want to join here, okay, from here, because my yarn is here, so I'm starting on this side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a total of 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 chains. I'm gonna stay in this stitch, and then I'm gonna make 1 chain. I'm going over here, make another chain, and I'm going back in the stitch, and I'm gonna make a total of 2 double crochets. Okay, so you have something that looks like this, and then I am gonna go in this stitch over here, and I'm making 2 double crochets, and I'm running out of yarn, so I'll have to tie my yarn. So I can continue. Hopefully I have enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna make 1 chain. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna grab this. I'm putting my needle in the middle. Okay, so I have my 1 chain. I'm gonna pull this through here, another chain, and I'm going in this stitch twice with 2 double crochets. Okay, so I just joined one of the straps, and I'm gonna clip my yarn. Okay, I'm just gonna tighten this at the back so it doesn't come loose, because even though it says this yarn is 100% acrylic, it's like elastic. So it must be an acrylic blend type of yarn. Okay, so there you have it. That's the back. of one of the strap, and I'm going to do the other one now. I'm going to join it. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, so let me just finish this up. Okay, I'm just gonna clip this off. And I'm gonna tighten it. And I'll just pull it through here for now until I have time. I will tie it so it doesn't come loose. But I'm just gonna go like that for now. Okay, so I'm gonna take this yarn over here, okay, and I'm gonna take my strap and I'm gonna do a hack over, is what I call it, and I'm going in this stitch over, and then I'm gonna make a total of 3 chains and then a double crochet, 1 chain. I'm gonna hang on to this. Okay, I'm gonna push my needle through the 2 chains here, and I'm gonna pull my loop from the other side over and make 1 chain and go back in the same stitch here, and I'm gonna make 2 double crochets. Okay, and then I will be going over again, over on this side now, and I'm gonna make 2 double crochets, 1 chain. I'm gonna grab this side and I'm gonna push my needle through here, through the 2 chains. I'm gonna pull this through, 1 chain and 2 double crochets in here. So now we're done with both sides. I'm gonna pull my yarn through and I will just tuck it here for now. When this is all over and done, I'll make it nice and neat. So now we're gonna try this on our mannequin. I am still not done yet, and as you can see, I am still not done. I am going to be working some black stitch around here and here. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a detailed look. So I'm just going to do some double crochets. Actually, no. I will just do some single crochets rather. All the way across, just to give it a polished look. So I'm just going in each of these stitches at the back and the front, or should I say the side, and I'm doing some single crochets. Sorry, you would not believe how late it is. I'm here trying to crochet this top at this time of the morning. It is after 3 in the morning. Okay, so I'm just going across with some single crochets just to give it a polished look. Okay, and then I'm gonna finish off at the bottom with the black yarn, and you'll see it's all gonna come together. Yes. Okay, so I'm almost finished this side. Okay, so I just wanted you to see how I finished one side. I'm going to do the other side. I will not do it while I'm recording because this video is going to be very long, and I notice when I do long videos, people don't appreciate it and they don't watch it. So I don't want to make this video any longer. Okay, so there you have it. You have this side, and so I just finished off with this side. I'll be doing the back of it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other side now. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off with the black. And you're gonna make 3 chains, and inside the same pattern. So you're just going and you're making the same pattern, okay? And we're gonna do a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I do 6 rows? I don't know, we'll see. But I'll keep going. I'll tell you how many rows I did. When I fit this on the mannequin, I'll be able to figure out how many rows I need to do. So keep watching.